Oh, look at these good-looking guys. Wow! All right. So this is my friend Jorge. So the last thing I want to do is give you some hope. I think do you ever read some maybe negative information in the papers? Right? Never, right? So I think there's a lot of kind of negative information about education, and people are throwing up their hands and kind of in despair. But I want to give you one story to kind of counter that and to give us hopefully some kind of hope about the future of where our educational system is going. So this is Jorge Perdomo. He's the principal of a school in the Bronx called Public School 1. Number 1, I think that's very good, right? The number 1 school in the Bronx. So Jorge has attended our VE leadership course, and he also takes sessions at the Power Brain Training Center, the executive professional sessions for principals at our center, and he has really helped to turn his school around. So I want to talk a little bit about Jorge. Okay, that's him. So Jorge has done this. So under his leadership, his school actually went from a D school, as rated by the Department of Education, to an A school. So he's transformed the school in just about 4 years, and he cites a big part of that improvement is to the Power Brain education. So he's trained his entire teaching staff in the BETW, which was the basic teaching workshop that we do with teachers. And he himself and 3 of his other staff have attended the BE leadership course. And as I mentioned, he takes private classes with us at our center. And what I want to show you in a minute is some pictures from this one, the HSP day. So this is, what do you think these are? Oh, look at them. Don't they look good?
Yeah.
Right. Don't you think they're going to do a great job?
Yeah.
Right. So actually, I have the privilege of working with thousands of teachers. And usually, when you walk in, before you do brain education, do you think teachers look like this? Oh, man. Teachers look like they never smile, right? And, you hear a lot of, it's not a laughing matter. You hear a lot of yelling. You hear a lot of kind of degrading comments towards children. You hear a lot of this kind of negative things that we know aren't good for development. We know they're not good for cognition, but still, they're kind of trapped in that cycle of stress. So these teachers just completed our basic training. And so they look ready, right? And then do you see in the background, who's that? That's Jorge, right? So he took the training with his staff, and this is his assistant principal, Miss Rain. Okay? And then because of the teachers, then, it didn't come out great, but you can see her really well, right? This is from, Jorge has organized in his school 2 separate HSP, Health, Smile, Peace, days in his school, where he celebrated brain education and the potential of the brain, and had every student, they come down in the gym, in the auditorium, and the entire day they do brain education activities together to celebrate their progress. And so these are some of the activities that the kids are doing. This one looks like what Maurice and Liha were doing, right? Like that. And then they have competitions to get their students prepared to participate in what Mr. Moreau mentioned about the International Brain HSP Olympiad. Okay, so some of his students participate. And then, isn't that great? Right. So it's so basic, right? One of the things that we like to say in our program is one of the best exercises for our brain is smile, right? And I get a lot of skepticism at first from people. Oh, that's ridiculous. What kind of scientific evidence do you have about that, right? Yeah, and then that's fine, they feel that way. But then after about 30 minutes of the activities, then they're smiling anyway, right? So this is our kind of proof that we can kind of change our brain. Okay? And this is a quote I wanted to share from Jorge. So I'm not sure if everyone can see, but as a principal whose vision has been to turn a struggling school around, I have found brain education to be a truly transformational system for my staff and students. It is creating a supportive community of caring. We recently celebrated this culture of health, happiness, and peace with our school-wide HSP Day event. We look forward to implementing DE programs at PS1 as we continue to make great gains in our academic and social progress. And actually, the last thing I want to say about the school is when you walk in, the very first thing you see is a TV screen. The very first thing you see is a TV screen of kids doing brain education. As soon as you walk in, that's the first impression you have of the school. And then all over the school, posters are adorning the walls with, trust your brain, I can do it, be responsible, be honest, like the principles that we're teaching with the kids. Okay? And then these are some of Jorge's students that participated, right? So what are they doing, right? I invite you to try it, right? So they're holding a balanced posture, but then they're also doing something called spoon sticking exercise, which is a kind of advanced training method to develop higher levels of concentration that can prepare them to compete in the International Brain HSP Olympiad. So this is where Jorge is taking his kind of elite group of students to be able to participate with students, actually compete against students from Japan and from Korea and around the world in the Olympiad. Okay. And then this is just a really cute picture. So these are from our center in Bayside, right? So this is kind of where we really want to go, to develop what we call Earth Kids, right? Students who have not only are successful academically and are getting level 4s on all their tests and all that kind of thing, but have some kind of responsibility for the way our world is turning out. That's really the point of this program, is to create a better and different world. And so that's what we really stress. And the good news about that is academic achievement is raised when you have that kind of overall awareness. Okay. And then, yeah, this is our goal. BE in every school in New York. You like it? Yeah. I really feel the people in this room and the people who are really studying the brain and really using the brain not just as a kind of instrument of scientific study and kind of scholarly magazines, but actually putting that into how we can genuinely improve our world. I think we're really the hope. So I'm going to give you all a big round of applause and thank you so much.